Hi everyone, I'm Heidi and I'm in the Shape Your Future Healthy Kitchen, sponsored by TSET, and I am joined by Chef Val, from the OUTU School of Community Medicine, and Julie from TSET is here with me today. So I'm going to jump right in, and what are we making today?
So we're having a pulled eggplant barbecue sandwich. So it's akin to a pulled pork sandwich, but we're always trying to get more veggies into our diet, and this is a great way to do it.
I know I'm totally guilty of that.
So we're just going to take an eggplant and slice it in half and do just a tiny bit of olive oil on here.
Okay.
You can actually rub those together so you don't use quite as much. A little sprinkle of salt. And then it's going to go face down. You can see that these are already roasted. It's going to go face down on our pan here. These have roasted. We've turned them over, and then so I'm going to work on getting the flesh out of these.
Okay. And that's the part that you're mixing together.
Yes, and so I try to take out as many of the seeds that are just right on top so you're not getting all seeds, because eggplant does have a lot of seeds.
Okay.
And that's just going into a bowl, and then it's going to get sauced with barbecue.
Perfect. And tell us a little bit, like, why is it important? Are we not getting enough veggies? We need more veggies.
Yeah, so one of the things that we do with Shape Your Future is try to offer really easy tips for families to add vegetables to their diet. We know as a state, all of us are always looking for ways to improve health.
True.
And if you can substitute vegetables for, a meal instead of, having a higher in fat protein source, then that's a really good switch. You don't have to do it all the time, but every one of those little steps adds up.
And even to the point where, maybe it's not all the time, but maybe, if you can just throw that in every little once in a while, you're bound to get a little more veggie out of it than you would otherwise.
And this, you'll start to see eggplants at your farmer's market.
True.
Very affordable, very prolific, I imagine. And this is another way to make them besides, slicing or the other ways that people use eggplant.
Okay.
And with meat prices going up too, this is a lot more affordable option.
I was just thinking that, because I know it's not, everything's going up, so if you can find alternatives and healthy alternatives, it's definitely the way to go. So once you get all of that done, what are you doing next?
So really, we are nearly finished. So this is just going to get sauced with some barbecue sauce, and we're using an Oklahoma brand here, Head Country.
That many people know.
Yes. And so this is just going to get mixed together. And if you find that it's a little bit watery, you can just put this whole thing into a saute pan or a saucepan, reduce it down a little bit. And so that's what we've actually done here.
Yes, if you can see these.
So just serve that like a barbecue sandwich or a sloppy joe, because it does have a very soft, loose consistency.
Right. I mean, it very much, if you just walked by, you wouldn't necessarily know it's eggplant. You would think it's like your typical barbecue pork sandwich.
Right.
So, all right, I think this is time for us to try, right?
Yeah, moment of truth.
Here we go.
I do love eggplant.
Or maybe you won't even know it's eggplant.
Mm.
And anything with barbecue sauce on it, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my goodness, it's
really
so good, and you wouldn't necessarily know the difference. I mean, like you said, with the barbecue sauce makes everything good,
That's right.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more about this recipe and any other healthy tips, go ahead and go to kjrh.com.